This is The Scoop for Friday.
Good morning. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. Florida has the highest COVID-19 hospitalization rate in the nation. WMNF's Chris Young reports that this comes as hospitalization rates rise across the country.
As of Monday, 43 of Florida's 67 counties reported moderate levels of weekly new hospital admissions for COVID-19, a higher proportion than any other state in the U.S., according to ABC News. Dr. Dujyantha Jayavira is an infectious disease expert at the University of Miami's Miller School of Medicine.
People come for something else and then they are tested positive for COVID.
Cases he's seen are much less severe than earlier waves of COVID. As for why the numbers are so high in Florida,
it's not just the travelers, people coming from, but the people getting together a lot, So I think it's a close contact.
Governor DeSantis' administration advised against those under 65 getting a new COVID-19 booster. This goes against the CDC's recommendation that everyone 6 months and older should get the booster. But Dr. Jayavira says he'll be getting the booster.
Listen to scientific evidence. You have to go by science.
In Tampa, I'm Chris Young.
A nonprofit that provides services to migrant communities is losing its lease. Since 2016, the Florida Institute for Community Studies, or FIX, has leased a Hillsborough County park in Town and Country that had been closed since 2008. The executive director of FIX, Elena Unterberger, spoke about it on the WMNF Tuesday Cafe.
For the past year, I have been trying unsuccessfully to figure out why we can't stay and what the plans are for the building and what maybe we could improve if there's a problem. And I've gotten nothing from them. Last Thursday was supposed to be our last day, the 7th. We had divine intervention from an assistant county or district administrator who had to Zoom with me and told me that she would negotiate another month until we could find a place to go or figure this out. She requested that I do a lot more reports. That's fine. I mean, I have other things to do, but we'll do the reporting that she asked. However, yesterday, and I haven't released this to the press yet, I received a 30-day vacate notice from Parks and Real Estate saying we had to be out by October 11th and that there could be nothing fixed left in the building. And it sounded very final. They want me to sign it and return it. I have not signed it yet. I'm still trying to understand what the letter means and get back to the intermediary, but it's very strange. I mean, we've been out there providing food. This is Suicide Prevention Month. We do youth mental health first aid. We're the only provider who does youth mental health first aid in Spanish for the Latino community and providers who provide in Spanish because the language we use with youth is really important.
That's Elena Unterberger, Executive Director for the Florida Institute for Community Studies, speaking on WMNF's Tuesday Cafe. You can watch this full interview on our website, WMNF.org. The Florida Policy Institute and 30 of its partners called Education Commissioner Manny Diaz Wednesday to be more transparent about school vouchers. Step Up for Students, the nonprofit in charge of the scholarships, responded. WMFE's Danielle Pryor reports a universal school voucher program took effect July 1st.
Step Up for Students says of the 122,895 students enrolled on these scholarships for the first time, 69% were already attending private school. 44% come from households that make $120,000 a year or more for a family of four. The Florida Policy Institute's Dr. Noreen Dollard says she still wants to see other demographics for these students.
And if our experience is the same as that in Arizona, the people taking advantage of the vouchers, the scholarships will be people of greater means, folks in private schools who've never touched the public school system.
The nonprofit estimated $2.8 billion toward these vouchers could have gone to public schools instead, but Step Up says that number double counts some students. In Orlando, I'm Danielle Pryor.
Florida State University is being applauded in a new report for its free speech, climate, and culture on campus. Sean Stevens is director of polling at the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression. It helped conduct the survey at 248 universities earlier this year. He says FSU ranked 5th overall.
They've been in the top 5 twice. So they, at this point, I would say, are a school that consistently does better than most of the other schools that we survey.
At the opposite side of the polling is University of Florida, which ranked 231st. Stevens says U.S. ranking reflects a number of incidents over the past few years, such as when professors were temporarily prevented from giving expert testimony. 3 other Florida universities were judged on free speech climate, getting scores ranging from poor to slightly above average. Tens of thousands of climate activists around the world are protesting today and through the weekend to call for an end to the burning of planet-warming fossil fuels as Earth suffers from dramatic weather extremes. The global strike is driven mainly by youth-led local and global climate groups and organizations. Last week, the United Nations warned that countries are way off track to limit warming as agreed in 2015 in Paris to stop the worst effects of climate change. We were supposed to try to keep it under 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit, and according to the Paris Agreement, the world has warmed at least 2 degrees Fahrenheit since then. Over the past few months, Earth broke its daily average heat record several times, according to one metric. July was the hottest month ever on record in the Northern Hemisphere. Summer was declared the hottest on record. For weather, it's mild and fair in the Tampa Bay area. Highs today in the lower 90s. Overnight lows in the mid-70s. A stray shower is possible this afternoon, and rain is expected for much of the next week. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines on 88.5 FM and the WMNF app.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.